Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. Just wanted to do a little quick video before I went to the gym. Um, Got to get that workout in every single day because the body is the vessel and the vessel is the instrument that transmute spiritual knowledge into physical 3D reality. So just want to thank y'all for joining me this morning. And I really want to put out a video to kind of like help people. Through this past week, I've been having revelation after revelation after revelation. And what I'm gathering is that the way society is set up, the way the world is set up, they are removing love from the hearts and minds of people. So within the hearts and minds of people, it's a lot of anger, fear, hurt, negativity. And the positivity of love seems like a waste or an area that you might want to get to, but you don't really, like, you just cool with being an evil person. You just cool with being negative. You cool with being a bitch. You cool with being the person that will rob somebody or hurt somebody. You cool with playing that role. And in those particular paradigms, there is no energy of love, sincere love. And so evil people can be pretty, well-spoken, with a beautiful smile on their face. But all of that can cover the disconnected consciousness to love. Now, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? Whoa, 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 whoa. Grand Rising people. See, we can't even really quantify, codify, identify what love is because a nigga gonna argue with you on your particular definition. And that's a tragedy, right? Think about love, think about God. Very important principles. Let's then compare that to a door. If I ask you, what is a door? We would say that thing that you open to get into the house or to the room. We will all agree on that. And that's dope. But when it comes to God, when it comes to love, we're not really clear on these particular concepts. And that lack of clarity breeds ignorance. It breeds lack of priority, deprioritization of love and God. And then, wait for it, we're going to pay a lot of money for readings, consultations, courses, classes, you name it. We're going to drop dollars on shit and feel better for it. Spirit had a message for me. It was people in relationships, and like two people working, and the woman have a lot of money, and so she spent her money how she wanted to spend her money, right? But she spend it on courses and classes and readings and all of this stuff, right? Spirit said she done spent $10,000 a year on spiritual things for the past 5 years. What if she spent that $10,000 on her husband? Instead of getting readings about her husband, her husband would be happy. And I said, damn, Spirit, I don't know who that message is for because my wife don't be doing classes like that. So I know that's for somebody. I seen it very clearly. I seen the love that could happen in a relationship, but the wife said, I'm not going to spend money on this man. I'm going to just spend money on these readings, but I love him though. I'm not going to support his dreams. I'm not going to invest in him because he's a man. He should be XYZ. But sis, he's in your bed every night. Sis, y'all got kids together. Those rules no longer apply. What's yours is his and what's his is yours. Y'all are one entity. If you up, that means y'all both up. But since we live in a world where ain't no love, it's a lot of competition and conversations in reference to a lack of love. And when there's a lack of love, what I mean by love, because y'all might have it skewed or confused. When I talk about love, I talk about loving God, loving divinity, loving goddess, loving spirit, loving nature. And so, spirit always worked through me. Give me a second. Hey, babe. When you get a chance, can I see your charger? When you get a chance, can I see your charger? Let me see if I got me a little alternate camera real quick. I ain't been on this thing in a while. I don't even know where shit is at. Give me a second, y'all. There we go. Thank you, my love. Ooh, Apple, y'all know y'all need to do better with this damn camera. This shit look like I'm in a damn 1986 VHS tape. Y'all know y'all ain't right for that. I get my original camera back on. So back to what I was saying. Love. God. Loving God. In this world, it's sad to say, we're not strong enough to love God. It has weakened us. It has broken us down. It has confused us. It has left us with money and no support. Housing, but no home. Relationship, but no bliss. It is just simple, people just don't give a fuck. And then we're relating to each other through our brokenness, through our pain. And then motherfuckers want solutions. So now, man, I love everybody, man. But motherfuckers be full of shit. You got your astrologers, you got your gurus, you got your healers. And that's cool, bro. But until you ready to love God, that shit gonna be a force. Like, if I tell you some shit and you like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. Well, fuck it. If meditation is hard, then fuck it. If going out into nature is hard, then fuck it. If establishing dominant leadership roles in relationships is difficult, then fuck it. If you can't be loyal, then fuck it. I'm not going to beg you for basic representation of bliss when this is the only world we live in. And I can sit back and think about all of the times that I was empathetic. caring, concerning. But then I could also realize that if that energy isn't reciprocated, then what are we doing? Are we really that hurt about money, success, all of these external things? And when I start talking about love, niggas get confused. Niggas want to talk about everything besides the conjuration of compassion, charity, support. If I tell you that shit looks stupid as hell, and I really mean that shit, bro. That shit look dumb as hell. And you get triggered, that's not my fault. Your triggers is some shit. There we go. Back in effect. Got my glam together, y'all. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he's Maybelline. Look. Back. I'm back. These motherfuckers will scam and scheme. Your wife will divorce you. Your niggas will betray you. Nobody gonna support you when you doing your small business. You ain't talked to your family in years. One's in the chat. I'm talking about your cousins that y'all was at the family reunion with, that you grew up with. You don't know what the fuck going on with them niggas. One's in the chat. Maybe it's just me. But my cousin Kevin and them down the way, I don't know what the hell going on with them. I don't know if he in Vegas, back in Ohio with his mama. I just don't know. Love have exited the building. And when we looking for solutions and we really feeling like a spiritual motherfucker is about to help us, that's our first mistake. That is our very first mistake. And for some of us, it is our last mistake. Honestly, bro, I'm in my fucking boxers. I'm in my tank top. I just took out a shower, did my hygiene routine. Now, I'm reading books. I'm going live on YouTube. None of this shit that I just explained made me a special person. Okay? And I always looked at niggas like regular people, regardless of who they was. If I loved them, liked them, we are all the same. So if you trying to figure out how to be successful in your personal life, it's going to start and end with love. And the troubles and the difficulties that you having in life is because you do not love God deep enough. And I cannot stress this enough. And then people say, well, God, should I go back to church? Should I get saved? Should I get baptized? Not talking about that type of God. I'm talking about the all-powerful soul that is sleep within you. That, we raise Kundalini. We go through our understandings. We understand when we are being triggered, we are operating in a wounded sacral chakra. And then people will be like, well, let me just Google some shit real quick and be none the wiser. But nah, I done wrote books and shit that can really help you, but I'm still a regular nigga. And I'm not special. I'm saying that nobody is special, regardless of what we do. Regardless of what we do, the only thing that separates me from anybody else is that I operate on an energy of deep love, and I do not vibrate outside of that frequency. So what it now looks like is anytime I'm in a relationship with somebody, and they stop operating in that frequency of love, I would feel internally like something is wrong with me. Like I'm not good enough, right? Whole time I'm realizing that people, especially women, do not practice unconditional love inside of their minds, inside of their hearts. And so spirit has shown me like the previous version of myself where I would text girls and message girls and really be pressed to link with girls for some pussy. And that's it. And so as I'm starting to take women seriously, I feel like that karma of the times that I just fucked around on bitches and just kind of just, did what I did and moved on. Now, the women that I attract have experienced that from other men. And boy, it don't feel good. It don't feel good to have people in your life that have unresolved trauma and easily triggered spaces and not being really in tune with their emotional body. So what is the emotional body? Emotions are a natural, instinctive state of mind deriving from a person's circumstance, mood, or relationship towards others. Now, circumstance is an interesting thing. When we utilize our emotions, and this is very important, I really want y'all to listen to this. When we use our emotions in reference to where we live or how we live or what we're doing, our particular circumstance, we're misusing our emotions, because our true circumstance as a soul is simply being a non-physical entity that exists inside of a body, which is a living vessel, our living machine that we control with our soul. So if the machine is having a tough time, it's not that we are having a tough time, is our ignorance of the fact that we are truly a soul within a body. So when you say, I'm about to get evicted because I can't pay my rent, I feel bad because of that. I understand, but you'll never fully understand that your emotions are not related to your circumstance if you're constantly using your emotions in reference to circumstance that's not even your circumstance. Your only circumstance is being a non-physical living soul that is invisible consciousness within a body. Meaning that you are the person that says, I want to raise my right arm in the air. And so you thought to raise your right arm in the air. That is who you are, a thinking consciousness. If I say, if I want to put up my middle finger, I thought put up my middle finger, and then my body followed my thoughts. So my thoughts and my body have a disconnected understand, like they are two different entities, two different systems. Who you are is the soul. And everything that the soul is love. And this is also God. And this is also your relationships. This is why I don't have to be the sexiest guy in the room. Because I love and am love and vibrate on the frequency of love so deeply, my Facebook friends, I got 5,000 Facebook friends. A third of them I done got the guts out of. It's amazing. Over time, like damn, all my high school girlfriends and things of that nature, we still buddies on Facebook. I always ask questions like, you ever met a dude that loved you more than me? They always be like, hell no. You was different. You was special. I know this about myself. This is what I'm trying to share to y'all. It don't have nothing to do with circumstance. If I'm broke, fat, ugly, working out, lazy, The power of love, even if you fucking up, making mistakes, it's a restorative power. And when we talk about our emotions, it's going to completely move us outside of love instantly. So emotions is, I don't like this nigga because he's short. Love is, it don't matter if he's short, he is a good, his soul aligns with my soul. It don't matter if he fat. It don't matter if he don't wear shoelaces in his shoe. Like, it's a meme that goes around. And that's like my actual real life. Like the meme is like, when you gonna tell your girls about me? And then the dude say, I did. But they challenge you to a dick sucking contest. So what you gonna do? Right? That was a real thing that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? All my girls got together like, no, I want to see who do it the best type shit. And I'm just like, and my homies is just looking at me, right? I'm the fattest out of them all. I'm the blackest out of them all. I don't got no game, nothing. I got a squeaky ass voice. I ain't start get this little baby ass beard till I was fucking 30. Right? 30 years old. So I ain't have shit going for myself. Not what a bitch was actually looking for. But I was pulling them like Ringling, Barnum, and Bailey Circus when I was a young man. And it was because the power of love is something that nobody can resist. And this is something that can exist in your relationships right now. But I'm going to tell you why it won't happen in your relationships. Because the sacral chakra, sacral, is not balanced. In 2023, due to social media, dating apps, Instagram, media, music, society, clubs, our mindset has been degraded into we can just fuck who we want to fuck. And the reality of this is that none of y'all even got walls no more. Fellas, y'all ever noticed that? The walls is completely disappeared. Like shit, it just blew through the roof and nobody is saying nothing. Nobody is saying nothing. I remember tight vagina. You gonna be like, man, remember when vaginas used to be tight back in the day? Yeah, what happened? Girls just started fucking everybody. I mean, it's 365 days in a year, and she utilized all 365 days out of the calendar. Because women can do that, right? Women can fuck a different dude every single day. It don't improve the quality of life, but it can happen. And you might meet a girl, say, you so beautiful. She be wearing all white. Some of these girls got head wraps, got little unks in the background, paintings and shit. You don't know what that girl did last night. That's the reality. Anything else is you on Fantasy Island somewhere and you about to get your motherfucking feelings hurt. The reality is sacral chakra is not balanced and you are about to trigger her. And when you trigger her, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the line, it's going to be up with your ass. It's going to be stuck with your ass. And it ain't going to be nothing particular that you've done. It's just that we live in a world where chakras are just stuff that people talk about in rap songs. That's how I've been noticing lately. Niggas always rapping about their chakras. But see, when we talk about spirit, when we talk about love, when we talk about God, niggas get real abstract. But if we was to talk about a window, we know what the fucking a window is. That to me is the paradox of all paradoxes. Why is God abstract, but a fucking pair of Yeezys is something we can all agree on? I personally think that this world is fucked up. And if you don't think that this world is fucked up, then you obviously don't deal with your soul and spiritual development. It haven't got bad enough for you. Our emotional body's wellness is dependent on so many factors: love, friendships, work relationships, what we watch on TV, phone, computer. Our emotions and responses to fear are most closely associated with the sacral chakra and adrenal glands. Most people figure themselves and their emotions to be one. So, this is ultimately a thing, right? Because we have body consciousness. And the consciousness of the body is related to an emotional structure. Very complex thing. And growing up, you might feel like people identify with their childish emotions. People be like, I got abandonment issues. I got trust issues, right? That's because they figure themselves and their emotions to be one. But you could look at your trust issues, you could look at your abandonment and separate from it. You are not angry. You are witnessing yourself become angry. And then you can change that emotion. This is consciousness. An example would be when someone is mad. They're experiencing the feeling. They are not the real feeling. You are an invisible, non-physical, conscious soul that will say, blink your eyes, blink your right eye. You thought that and your body followed it. The thinker, the dweller on the threshold is you, and the body is not you. So the emotions, the life, and everything concerning is not you. But then you might want a mode to find yourself. The mode to find yourself is called love. There's no obstruction. There's no obstacle. So when you love something, you do anything for it. You will love something if your child had a special need, or if your baby daddy had some good ass dick. This is what the love that we talking about. So putting the car in your spirit name, right? Waking up in the middle of the night to pick him up from his baby mama house, answering the phone like a dude. Hey nigga, I'm outside. Because you don't want to blow his cover. Doing shit like that. Because you love him. Because you love how he put that dick and stick down. Now, when we talk about spiritual love, you did not take a course to fuck with that nigga. One's in the chat. You did not get a reading before you gave that nigga some pussy. One's in the chat. Why? Because you are operating on the modality of love. So don't be confused about how to reclaim your divinity. The same dedication you had to doing scams for this nigga, putting your livelihood in jeopardy, putting crack cocaine in your pussy hole while y'all driving over state lines, things of that nature. You did not take a course for that. You operated out of the pure love energy. Now, I'm not saying to do it for a man. I'm saying do it for your soul. Do it for your soul. Because when you do it for a man, he's not going to reciprocate it and is going to have you in a fucked up state. So I'm just using how y'all operate with these niggas that y'all love and transfer that energy into your spiritual development. Because therefore, you can't be scammed any longer. Can't nobody just talk to you all day about shit because you know you got work to do. What is love? Love is attention. So if you're not paying attention to your soul, you're probably paying attention to some bullshit. The mystery school is coming back in effect. Like, we about to go fully loaded with the mystery school. I just been loading and reloading. So appreciate y'all patience. The purpose of activating the sacral chakra is to bring awareness to the emotional decision making process. Now, the emotional decision making process is something that I invented. Because when it comes to emotions and how people feel, especially if you're a divine feminine, you feel like I actually care. You think that you're afforded sympathy and empathy, but how are you reversing your emotions by seeking sympathy and empathy from others? When you begin to be responsible and accountable for your emotions, if I'm going to provide love, then why aren't you providing bliss? Because you're not in control of your emotions. Your emotions are easily triggered. And if your emotions are easily triggered, then that does not serve well for a relationship. You have things already set up in your mind that if things go this way, I'm going to react in this way. And a healed person says, I know that my partner is going to disappoint me at a certain point. And when they do disappoint me, we'll have the conversation. An unhealed person says, I wish this nigga would. I'm going to fuck up his whole world if he do something that I don't like. And this nigga don't even know. He think I'm cute. He think I'm smiley face and just innocent. But like I said earlier, you do not know that woman and what she did before you met her. And the way that the world is set up. Hi, my love. You're so handsome, man. Every day you wake up and you just become more and more handsome. What's going on with you? It's big and sexy for no reason. What's going on? What's going on? My beautiful son. I was doing something though. Hmm? See you later. I'll see you in a second. Bye. Bye, love. I don't know. It's like, as of late, my younger son have been really just vibrating on. We just been connecting. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like, I don't, it's going to sound crazy, but I don't really like babies for real. I like kids. I love kids, but babies, and I enjoy babies from time to time, but it's like, if you got kids, they like if you're a father and you got kids, you got to be real patient because they eventually like sometimes women can be mean to fathers when they have like newborns and like toddlers, and we have a real legit hard time connecting. However, if you patient in that process, it's extremely rewarding when your child goes from toddler to, I don't know, little boy, the next phase. Is very rewarding. So, you know, being a parent is the best thing ever, right? Because it shows you how to love, right? Like cooking for your children, cleaning for your children, providing education for your children. You don't benefit from that, right? They benefit from that. And sometimes when we're not able to pour into our children, sorry to say this, it represents our lack of love. It represents our lack of understanding what God is. What is God? God is a nurturer, provider for those who couldn't nurture and provide for themselves. And maybe they get to a point of consciousness that they begin to do it for other people. But the pressure that we put on our children, the anger that we share with our children, is due to our disconnection with our spirit love God principle. And it's and because we don't want it, because we don't love to love, and because you can get some dick whenever you want to get some dick, you know, and if you got a cup some game about yourself, you got some money, you can get some pussy when you can get some pussy, and then like you forming these relationships and nobody knows how to sustain them and maintain them because there is no God in the relationship. There is no love in the relationship. You fit enough boxes. You checked off enough boxes to a person to give you a chance. But as soon as you is triggered, as soon as, the mental and emotional trials and tribulations were brought to the surface, the relationship was over. And that's not good. That's just a representation of the lack of love. And in common social media, like what people will say, get a new relationship, like leave that man alone. As many fish in the sea, you know? And what's happening is that nobody is learning how to sustain and maintain through relationships. And it's like, if it's good, it's good. And if it's bad, I'm going. But psychologically, we're going to call that fight or flight. We're spiritually, we're going to say that our sacral chakra is imbalanced. Mentally, we're going to say that we have a fucked up emotional decision making process. So I want to love my husband, but I'm making a decision to hate him. I'm making the decision to be angry at him. And then you could tell, well, I paid your rent. I took your mama ballroom dancing. I took in kids that wasn't mine. I just want you to give me love, right? I just want you to share with me bliss and positivity. Because you do not balance your sacral chakra, because you haven't worked through your triggers, you cannot choose to love that man. And you can't choose to love that man. So what's going to happen? You're going to end the relationship because you rather choose not to love someone than to choose to love someone. As if love was going to be something that was going to make your life bad or something. Like, to practice unconditional love. Like, that's like saying, cooking breakfast for my children. I didn't eat it, but I made it for them. Now I feel fucked up because of it. That don't even make sense. When we practice unconditional love, it always results in positive things being returned to us. So I want to read one more thing. Man, don't be touching me like that, man. This is a secret, the Taoist Secrets of Love, Cultivating Male Sexual Energy by Montauk Chia. And we into part 3, transforming sexual energy to spiritual love. Now, when we talk about feminine energy, we talking about receptivity. We talk about masculine energy. We talking about pushing out energy, being positive. And so if we don't cultivate these energies, then we're ultimately saying that we don't love ourselves. If we don't cultivate our receptivity as divine feminine, if we don't cultivate our masculinity as divine masculine, then we essentially don't love ourselves. So when we show up fucked up, when we show up disheveled, when we show up not on top of our shit, what we're telling the world is that we don't love ourselves. When we don't take care of our vessels, when we don't go exercise, when we don't walk, we're also saying that we don't love ourselves, when we don't clean up our spaces. This is very important. Marla told me this in 2012. I told her I love myself. She said, nigga, you don't love yourself. I said, what you mean I don't love myself? How you gonna tell me I don't love myself? She said, look at this place. Shit was fucked up. Said, you can't love yourself and have no dirty ass house. I never forgot that. Never forgot that. So love is an action, is not a feeling. I said love is an action, is not a feeling. Unconditional love is a perpetual feeling. A perpetual action that we consistently give, and we know that we can't receive to the level that we give, but we're fucking close, right? Our universe changes perpetually because of the eternal flow of yin and yang energies. The very essence of yin and yang is the cyclical alternation of day and night. Due to this alternating energy flow, the respiration of heaven's living things can grow. Were there only day and no night, all would be burnt. Or if there were only night and no day, nothing would have strength to grow. As living things, humans are also subject to the law of yin and yang exchange. So I'm actually going to I got a video or an interview tomorrow with Beverly D. And we're going to be talking about sex and spirituality. And then I'm going to do a video tonight on the full moon in Sidereal Scorpio. So I'm going to end this video because he obviously said time is up. So I'm going to hang out with him for a little bit, go to the gym, and finish working on the video. And I'll see y'all later this evening. And ColumbianExchange.com, WhiteRabbitPsych.com, what else? HoodMystic.com. It goes directly to his trust fund. So if you want to support this African baby with flies flying around his head, visit any of those 3 websites. You gonna be my spokesperson?